general.
Yeah, I'll work on that.
It would be like Joe Rogan's podcast, like you drink a beer.
In my Dixie cup. All right, we are here butchering the elk. This is like day 2 or 3. I don't know.
Day or 2, 3 after you shot your elk.
I shot the elk.
Took us about 24 hours to get the elk out of there.
And that's what we're going to talk about today.
Yeah.
Talk about the experience of Rocky getting involved, helping Nick and I get this bull out.
Yeah.
And just tell you how it was while we cut some meat up. It was pretty exciting. I killed a bull, and Rocky was ready to come out that night. He was working.
Yeah.
And I wanted Rocky to be there for the kill, but
I was at work. I had to take care of some business, obviously, but as we all do.
yeah. I messaged him and said, "Hey, I got a bull down, 5x6." I think I said.
I was pumped. I was disappointed a little bit. Like I wanted to be there for it, but I was excited for you.
Yeah.
But we just had that cold front come in, and I was like, man, it's gonna be cold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was cold.
I got off work at like 8:30, and then I think I got to the spot because I already had everything in my truck, and then I got to the spot at 10:30. I came in on the opposite side of where you guys had parked your truck, so opposite side of the valley.
I was like, "Hey, can you bring blankets?" Our camp. So here's the thing: our camp was way south of the unit.
Mm-hmm.
We did our e-scouting, lots of trying to figure out where we're gonna be. We didn't see any really. It wasn't not good terrain in the south, but it was gonna be really risky to go north in the dark and try to find a spot to camp. Like we had a good spot to glass in the morning, so we just set up camp the day before the opener. And that was a mistake because it was so far south.
Yeah.
And so I'm just like, "Rocky, man, can you bring blankets or do you have extra sleeping bags? Like, we're probably just going to sleep in the truck because we did not want to drive."
By the time I got there, I'm like, "There's no way you guys are sleeping. You guys are sleeping in the truck." It was 3 degrees out.
It was cold.
It was super cold, and I said, "I brought my own stuff. You guys are on your own."
Basically. But I gave him our coordinates and he said, "All right, I'm off work. I'm on my way. It should be an hour 20. We were still cutting meat, Nick and I. I think we were doing pretty dang good. 2 people. Nick had never butchered an animal, but he was moving just as fast as I was. And we were just working on the elk for a long time. And it was getting dark and cold. It got so cold we needed to start a fire. Started a fire. And just kept on cutting, and we got the animal flipped, which is really hard. And I don't know what time was it when we started seeing a little light crest the
It
hill.
was about midnight, so it took me about an hour and a half to get in there. Hour and 40 minutes. It was 2 miles. 2 miles in from where I was, but for me it was all the way uphill, which meant on the way out it was going to be all downhill. So that was good news for these guys.
Yeah.
And myself, especially with the pack out. So,
But you weren't really sure we were there. Or you didn't know where we were.
I've never been in this area. I didn't know where the heck I was going, but like, I was like, well, I hope this is the right way. And I didn't know if they had parked the truck where they sent me to park. So I didn't see their truck, and I didn't see.
You thought we were gonna be parked there.
I thought you were gonna be there, and I'm like, man, I'm gonna get there, and they're already be packing out, and I'm just gonna be at a dead animal. And luckily, as I came over the hill, I see a little campfire, just a little tiny light, and I'm like, oh man, there they are. I was like, it was a good feeling for me because there's 5, 6 inches of snow on the ground.
It was,
and I was just like going into the unknown, you know.
in the dark.
Yeah.
And it's getting colder and colder.
Yeah.
Yeah, we saw a light at the top because like we're just heads down cutting, and then Nick's sitting by the fire, and we're like looking up, and we see like a light. And we're like, "Is that Rocky? Is that just a star?" Because it wasn't moving for a while.
Yeah.
Then it started to glimmer.
Yeah, and then I started moving.
Then he started getting closer, and I started making some noise. And then you know where we were.
Yeah, no, the closer and closer I got, like, I'm like, oh my gosh, that fire is big. And it was like,
big.
it was such a primal thing. I was like, they look like cavemen up there after they just killed something. And then, like I could hear Ryan going, and like, just celebrating because they just got done chopping things up. They're happy to see me.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
and it's always good when you know you have another pair of legs to get your stuff out of there. So that was cool.
You got there about 12. Stopped by the fire, just kept that fire going. It was all wet wood, so it's kind of hard, but we kept it going, and it took us about like another hour and a half before we like packed up, right? At least an hour.
Yeah, probably another hour.
And it was got everything loaded, packed up. Like I was trying to move fast. I wanted like you to rest because you had just got done hiking in.
Yeah.
Wanted Nick to rest because he had just like his first time animal he's messed with.
I was running off pure adrenaline though.
Yeah, when's the last time you ate?
Oh, dude, I didn't eat until like the morning before, or the morning of, yeah.
Which I could not believe. First thing, when we killed something, I told Nick we got to just down some calories because we're not going to be eating for the next 5 or 6 hours.
Yeah.
So we did, but got everything loaded up. The pack, it wasn't as heavy as I thought it was going to be. My Colorado bull, my first one was massively heavy, and so I was relieved that it wasn't as bad. And started going down, and we had one big hill to go up. Took a little bit of time. The other thing was everything was frozen. We didn't take our bladders because we knew they'd freeze, so we just took Nalgene's, and those Nalgene's we put in front of the fire. Nick's melted right through.
Did it?
Yeah. So he got a little bit of water out of it. I had a backup. Mine got warped, but I had a backup. And we just started, like, right out the gate, the first hill, I needed water. Like, whoa. And
you had already been hunting all day, too.
Yeah.
So.
And I drank a lot, like 40 minutes beforehand, 30 minutes beforehand. Still just was not enough. So we started sharing the water, and that helped a lot. And just started packing out, making our way through. Nick's arm and hand got basically numb. You couldn't feel it because it was
so tight. Yeah, I
was like, we should get fitted, but
I loosened it for him. It was his first rodeo, so
yeah, I felt bad. He never really complained, other than he said, "I can't grip this water bottle."
He was a quiet guy. He was pretty quiet and
he crushed it.
He was just learning. So
yeah, he got a lot. He got the full experience.
Yeah, he did.
We got to cook tenderloins the next day with some elk sausage. Some potatoes. How was that breakfast?
The breakfast was delicious.
That was good. Yeah, so we made it back we started packing at 1:30 in the morning, and then got to the trailhead at 3:30.
Yeah.
And it was 9 degrees when we started, and we got in the truck and it was 4, I think. Temperature dropped to 1 on the way to camp.
Yeah.
And it took forever. I told Rocky, this is going to take us a long time. And we got there, I don't know when we got to camp.
Because we didn't go in the same way we came out the first night, right?
Right.
Yeah. So we went out where you guys had parked, and that was uphill, so that was a pain.
And so that was the next day when we came back.
Yeah, I probably had 60 to 80 pounds on my back of meat.
Rocky took a lot more meat on round 2.
Yeah, but round 1, you should have seen this guy's legs. They were shaking.
It was
funny. I was like, "Oh, Brian, like I can help you get it out." He's like, "No."
I got help on my last Colorado bull, and I was like, I got to do this all the way through. Yeah, it was a grind. It was rough, but we kind of challenged each other on taking the draw or going to the top.
Yeah, definitely.
He wanted to go to the very top. I'm like, I don't know where the top is. Like,
I just don't like going to the bottom because there's always deadfall and a bunch of nasty stuff in there. But Brian wanted to take a straight shot. Obviously, the fastest point to point A to point B is straight, but
yeah, more obstacles. He had a heavier pack. I offered to take more, and he said no.
I was crying.
Whatever. He was a champ. And we went and got some Wendy's after. Wendy's was good. Got a Frosty. How many Frosties did you get?
I was lucky enough to get 2. And I ate both of them.
Yeah. My mouth was so, like, raw from all the salty and just crap you eat out there. I was like, I'm getting a salad.
A lot of preservatives.
Yeah. My mouth was toast. So, yeah. Then our sleep schedule was messed up for the last couple days. Finally slept good last night. It's just, I could only sleep for like 2 hours and then wake up.
Yeah.
Because we went to bed at 5:50 the first night of the pack out. And I only slept for a couple hours, and it's just messed me up ever since. But getting back on it.
The view on the way out was nice. That sunset, that was beautiful. And then the amount of deer we saw was crazy. A lot. We saw a lot of deer, and there. I'll definitely be applying for that unit.
Yep.
later for mule deer for rifle.
Yeah, saw a good 4-point buck. He wasn't huge, but
Yeah, but
he was nice.
he'll be there when I draw my tag.
That's right. Yeah, it was good. We went down into a hole and killed in the hole. It was 2 1/4 down, mile down, and 2 out if we went the bottom way.
I couldn't believe how you got down there during the hunt. Like obviously you knew like elk were down there, but you didn't know how big bull was down there.
We had to get closer and closer to verify. I didn't have my spotter, so I had to put my rifle on it.
Yeah.
And I saw, and I was like, it's definitely a 5. I got closer and closer, and I swear it had 6 on both sides. And when it went down and rolled, it hit its head on the log, like the rack. And I think it broke off a whale tail, which we could not find. So kind of sucky, but
It's a little disappointing, but
that's all right.
It is what it is.
Yep, he's a good bull. So I'm glad I did not pass. Glad I wouldn't have passed on him on the last day, and I'm glad because dude, this is like so many days into this process.
Oh man!
If we would have killed it today, like I gotta go to work in a couple days.
Yeah, true.
But I've been able to catch up on work while I'm here. In between, we're getting there slowly. Takes a while, but it'll pay off. It's pretty sweet. Rocky's here. I was able to just come and.
That's probably the most convenient thing is like Brian and I met each other like 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And met each other 4 years ago randomly on a hunt, pretty rare hunt in Nevada.
Yep.
And we both drew the same tag, and it's just weird how it's kind of destiny that we met each other. So now I'm living here in Denver. He shoots a bull 2 hours from here, and it's very convenient to be able to come to my apartment and be able to cut everything up, and I have my food saver here, and everything's just been really convenient.
Worked out. Yeah, I don't know if you guys remember the scouting trip Rocky and I did. We found some cool bulls in a meadow, 5 miles deep.
Yeah.
Never going back to that spot. That was a deep hole. But good elk. But I'll have to link to that after this video. That was exciting.
Yeah, it was. We'll probably cook some of this up tonight, celebrate or finishing this up. We should be done by tonight.
Yeah. And it was a good time.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Thanks. I'm looking forward to the meat in the
I
freezer.
will definitely not forget this one.
No, me neither. Thank you for watching.
Probably done.
It's got a little redness in the middle. That's what I'm talking about, boy.
Mamma mia.